Hi, Dr. Saxena here, and we'll be in this series. This is basically talking about what exactly is this thing called integrative medicine, and what I have been working on this thing called environmental medicine. See, there are some things which it took us time to understand why things have been on that particular side. When we started our practice way back in 1990 onwards, in the sense that we were not, there were not much hospitals in Hyderabad. I'm just talking about we had one or two big hospitals, and usually we had there was no kind of tertiary cares much except for some major government hospitals and all. So now the kind of things which have changed over the past 30 years, now we see an increase in number of hospitals. I'd like to talk about something like what are these chemicals has to do with this increase in hospitals. Yes, I'll be talking on something like infertility, clinics, fertility hospitals. They have mushroomed all over. What is the reason why this what are these things happening, why there are decreased sperm counts, why there is early puberty among girls, what is the reason for high levels of breast and prostate cancers. See, these are just a few of the reproductive health problems which are increasing globally, but absolutely in this part of the world we are seeing a lot increase. More and more evidence now implicates that some of these increase are linked to a constant exposure to toxic chemicals, from the air we breathe to the water we drink and to the everyday products we use, bring into our homes. So what is this connection basically? I just wanted to make it a very broad topic about what chemicals has to do with the reproductive health. I'm just maybe I'm trying to give a kind of essence. What are the problems? See, we are talking about chemicals. We have now we have a cutting edge research which is pointing towards something like phthalates, something like bisphenol A, perfluorinated compounds, and cadmium are linked to this increase in the health problems. See, we are no, see, we have to work it out. It is pervasive all over, and now how much we try to avoid it. This potential harmful exposures will remain unless there is a policy at big level. Things can has to be done at the government policy level to see that you require safe chemical production. So the problems normally what we have seen in women these days are fibroids, which are very common. As a radiologist, I must have diagnosed so many fibroids, but I have never seen this kind of fibroids when I was a undergraduate. In the sense, I was doing my BBS. After that, and when I did radiology, post radiology in the practice, we used to get fibroids like anything. Now we have something like fertility related diseases like endometriosis, polycystic ovarian diseases, which are now there's a big increase. It is not just because of better detection. These things are I can tell you, this is one thing directly proportional to the chemicals what we are dealing with. Yes. And in Ben 2, there was a study which was done somewhere in Boston, but what you have shown was that testosterone levels in adult men were declining, and similar is the sperm counts. Sperm counts have been declining. There used to be a kind of in 40s and all that. They used to say 100 to 150 million sperms per this one ml is the normal standard. Now we somewhere believe that okay, 20 millions is quite normal what we think now. And apart from that, there is an increase in testicular cancers. It is between kind of thing. It has grown substantially, and in children we see girls basically puberty is manifesting earlier than in the past. 7 to 8 year girls are getting into, because this is all attributed to something called this endocrine disrupting chemicals, particularly estrogen mimics and anti-androgens, as well as increase in body fat, as well as this is one of the reasons what we thought is one of the thing. A lot of xenoestrogens causing this problem. There is some other things were also found, which was something like testicular dysgenesis and all that. I don't want to get into it, but the common things I would like to tell: if there is a substantial increase in infertility clinics, there is an increase in number of girls getting into early puberty, PCODs, endometriosis, and in men there is a decrease in the sperm count level throughout. So this particular thing is now we believe it is linked to something like phthalates, bisphenols, and something like perfluoro or octanic acid, perfluorinated compounds, perfluorocarbons. You can always get all this non-sticky pans and all that. Whatever you are using, that is one thing which is release this perfluoro fluorinated carbon, this one compounds, and this causes a problem. Apart from that, there's a cadmium which has got a bigger role to play, and we believe this is one of the things which is causing much role into that estrogen, wherever the estrogen receptors, cadmium gets into that, and that is a big issue. Talking about cadmium is cadmium is there in the batteries, it's there in the pigments, you have got in the metal coatings, even the rice has got cadmium in it. And this is something because of our agricultural practices and all that. Even the plastic, this all the things are linked to this endometriosis and other stuff. Yeah, I've been talking about something like fluorooctanic acid and all. So this is all what I'm talking is peer-reviewed studies, and yes, phthalates is a big issue. Similarly is the bisphenol, and I just want this particular thing. We feel that this chemicals causing this reproductive health, damaging this reproductive health, that's to be taken seriously. And there is a kind of bisphenol is such a incest. There is such a people are not aware about using the bisphenols, the way you throw out these bisphenols, plastics and all that. And this is one thing which is going to cost the society, because I still see a lot of people burning these plastics, and I can always really it comes it looks very this one we are not able to do anything unless the government comes into picture and tries to formulate a kind of thing. Burning plastic is more dangerous than burning 1,000 cigarettes a day. So you need to be very careful about that, because what I can always tell you is burning plastics can make the whole locality, you will increase in number of fertility clinics, as well as people will not be fertile if you continue with this practice of burning plastics, trying to use this chemicals and all that. So my ardent this one, I just want to kind of tell you people, and you should always know what is happening surrounding you. It is not just this one. We need to the coming generation also is in a big danger, and you need to do some things for that. The generations which come later, they should kind of what we are getting these days is really difficult. But yes, I think that if we can always share this knowledge, how we can stop this ongoing toxicity, we will be doing a big good for the society. Thank you.